Hi, we're here to talk about verbs. So, what are verbs? Verbs are the parts of speech that show action. And in Latin, verbs have 4 parts. We call them the 4 principal parts. So, let's look at an example. Here is amo, which is to love. So it has 4 parts. Amo, amare, amawi, and amatum. The first principal part is kind of your normal part. It's going to translate just how you would think a normal verb would translate. So for amo, it just means I love. In the second part, amare, it's called an infinitive, and it's going to translate to love. It's kind of like the base, pretty much. The third principal part, amawi, is the perfect principal part, and it just translates I have loved. The last principal part, which is the most confusing, amatum, is the perfect passive participle, or it's also called the supine, and it translates I have been loved. Looking at the infinitive, we can go down and learn some more about different kinds of verbs. So this second part tells us what conjugation a verb is in. And conjugations are basically like categories for different kinds of verbs. So back to our first example, amo, amare, which means to love again. You notice that there is an are. This are means that this verb belongs to the first conjugation. In contrast, this other verb, lego, legere, which means to read, it has an ere. This ere means that this verb belongs to the third conjugation. So here are all 4 of the different conjugations and the way that you can tell what they are. Again, the first is going to be are. The second, ere with the line above the e. Third is going to be ere with no line. And lastly, fourth is ire. Okay, to finish, here are the common basic verb endings. These are kind of your original endings for your verbs, and they're probably going to be the most common in your basic Latin examples. So for I, all of the verbs are going to end in O. And for you, they're going to end in S. And the same pattern just follows throughout all of the different pronouns for I, you, he, she, we, you, plural, and they. So an easy way to remember it is to just remember OST, mus, tis, unt. And so on the left, we have all of the singular pronouns. This is going to be one person or thing. And then on the right, we have the plural pronouns. So these are going to be groups of things. And so from here on out, you're going to change these endings up a little bit depending on the tense and the voice.